All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Barnett Gatsby. Even I have to admit that I don't like being told what to do, but it's only in the idea of being controlled. Like, you can't do this or that or else. Except that sometimes there has to be an or else. It just depends. Like, if I don't do certain things a certain way, that patient can lose its life or her life. You know, like that kind of situation. And there's also the fact that you may not like it, but you need to have direction, because sometimes if you don't know what to do, I mean, it's obvious that it shouldn't be like, if you don't want to do this or that, you know, like, well, although to be fair, there are some exceptions to that rule that but it still should be your right, okay? And with that said, though, you won't get any money, you won't even be hired. But it also depends on what it is. Well, actually, no, it really doesn't. It doesn't matter what it is. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it, but be warned that you ain't going to get paid or hired. You know, period. It doesn't matter what it is. What the hell am I thinking? I mean, although to be fair, lightning could stop right now. So, anyway, go away, lightning. Nobody likes you. Yeah. We have to have direction in life. I mean, yeah, there may be exceptions to the rule that probably is not appropriate, but even then, it's still like, okay, it doesn't really matter, because in the end it would be like, well, okay, that's your choice. You know, even if it's something that's inappropriate or not inappropriate, you're really not gonna get anywhere in life if you don't say yes. Especially if you're looking to be independent and you want to make an income. I get that if you don't want to lower yourself to doing inappropriate things, that's fine. But it all in general, even if it's nothing to do with that, because it's not just about that, because you're missing the point. The point is that no matter what it is, whether it's inappropriate or not, if you don't say yes, you ain't getting nothing. So, hey, it's not exactly a fair world out there. I mean, I don't know of anybody who gets paid to just sit around and do nothing, or exactly on everything they actually want to do in life. Like, okay, you want to go out and sew and make a custom-made design that you want to make in your own home. I mean, although to be fair, there have been people who have been finally able to do where they and go home and work, but see, that's the thing. Go home and work for a job that has really nothing to do with what you actually want to do. And replace that with this, know that you would be doing that. So let's just say, for example, you want to drink beer, or you want to watch, you want to, I don't know, make a pocket watch. And yet the company you're working for doesn't do that. And they're not there to hire you to do that. Your job actually is probably painting tigers on the side of a wall or on some computer or something. Instead, you want to do that. Well, you're not going to be paid to do that, because that's just something you want to do. Anything, let me put it this way, anything you want to do, you're not going to get paid for it. Even if it's sitting around doing nothing, being lazy all day. Doesn't matter. Or if you want to go, I've never seen anybody be able to have, go home and be paid to wash their own dishes or whatever's in the sink at home. And I'm talking about at your home. Now, I'm not talking about when you get hired to do someone else's home. No, I'm talking about your own home. Shoot, I mean, if you want to get technical, the only way you can get hired is if you hire yourself. And it's really not the same. You're not really making any money that way anyway. Unless somehow or another you take it out of severance pay because, I'm not going to count it as that. I'm just going to count it as it because I earned it and this is what's going to happen. Of course, here's the thing that can come with that. A consequence that you should not go to. Like, instead of absolutely doing the dishes you were hired to do, which is at someone else's house, you go home and you do that, and you're taking advantage of that. That's something that you should not do. It is a consequence. I don't know if anybody will go to jail for it, but I wouldn't recommend it either. Even if it was against the law. So, the thing isn't about whether or not it's against the law. It's about whether or not it's doing the right thing. Like, sure, you can count it as that way, if you want, but why would you want to, you be overexerting yourself, so why would you want to do that? The choice is yours, but I still wouldn't do it so far as to go like, well, all of a sudden, well, instead of me actually going over there to watch their club stuff, because I got to get this stuff done, which, yes, it needs to be done, but let's face it. And then the hell of it is that, yeah, I know, it's going to suffer. I mean, damn tongue, you probably might be getting all kinds of bugs and stuff, but you're out there helping someone, or to get money or not get money. It's got to be done. Yeah, I admit that it gets frustrating and after a while, and I get that. I really do. But it's not right to take advantage of people either. So, you know what? I realize they hired me to do this, but I think instead of me doing that, I'm going to do the exact same thing only for me because it's my home and it needs to be done anyway. It's not something you should ever do. So, but anyway, so moving on. Yeah. Basically, we have to need to be told what to do in the sake of, like, if you don't know what to do, like, to guide somebody in the direction that needs to be done and take care of something, like whether it's being, fixing up of a car. I know a little bit about a car, but I'm not a mechanic, so I still have to probably hire a mechanic. Whatever. So, there's no way I could own a car. I'd have to invest into getting someone who I might know that could help me out because of where I get my income from, which I'm not going to say. Yeah, there's no way in hell I can do all that. So, yeah, I'd have to do it with a friend who's willing to absolutely help me out. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do jack crap as far as my cars go. Like, yep, it's just gonna be like I don't have a car, or might as well not have one anyway because not only can't I drive it, but I can't even get it fixed if it breaks down. I can't even afford the car insurance. So what in the hell is the point, really? Well, because, I like to have transportation and whatnot. So, really, again, well, I could probably go with lots of, I can't think of anything off the top of my head specifically, but there's probably a list I can go on and on to make a point about that we need to be told what to do. But only in the sense of to guide you. Like, if you don't know what to do, like, especially, like, if you get hired to do a job, it's kind of obvious about washing dishes, although it's not really obvious about soap, because some people would want you to do it, no soap, or absolutely specifically here, use this, or they want you to use your own. Okay. And then some of them will go, well, as long as it's this product, but I'd rather you do that and take it out of your own pocket. Okay. And it's just the way it is. I admit that I'm not a complete home designer and I don't know everybody out there, but I know that that's the way a lot of them work, and I've heard about it, so. God, that thing sucks. It's rattling over there. But yeah, pretty much it's the truth, Like in the direction of, especially like, okay, Another perfect example is like when you're cooking food. Some restaurants don't want you to do it a certain way you've known all your life. But it should be essential, and you should already automatically know what to do depending on what it is. And sometimes they have to teach you because you don't know how to make certain things. And by you, I mean some people are they don't know. A lot of people may know, but even then it doesn't matter because they have a certain way that they want it to be done, and that's just the way it is. They don't care if you like it or not. Because I'm going to tell you something, if you don't like it, you can go on. But you won't, find any other job that's going to just let you do what the hell you want to the recipe. And cook it in your own time methods. See, the thing about restaurants as well, speaking of doing things your own way, you can't just okay, this will take about 2 hours, so I'll be done in about 2 hours. I have to take my time. You can't do that in a restaurant. I've never been a chef restaurant, but I can understand how long it can take. Because a lot of times dinner can take a long while, but you can't take that long. So, yeah. Like, biscotti can take a little while as well, especially depending on how much you actually have to make for the entire place. So, that is a thing. But it also depends on the dish that's being served. Pizza never takes 2 damn hours. I mean, if it takes 2 damn hours, then there's something wrong. And I never even knew how long a pizza would take because this is before they even started having delivery and all this stuff, and now that they do. I don't even think I ever ordered for delivery before, but I don't remember. And that was when I was a kid, like back in... God, I don't even know when we started doing that, to be honest with you. Let's take a look and see when delivery was made. Yeah. In 1889, the first pizza delivery is... okay. Yeah, but I don't think it was actually a big of a deal, like in my time. Because, by the time we even got into it, it was like years later, so I don't know. I don't know that much about delivery, but it wasn't that much of a deal, like it is... especially nowadays, and we're not just talking about the prices either. So that's a good way to find out things. See, back in my day as well, you couldn't even look this up. You couldn't look it up. And be like, oh, so this is how it was made. This is how it was created. As a matter of fact, let's look up how long does it take to make a pizza. Oh, you mother beeper. To make a movie. I know how long it takes to make a hamburgers because I've made them before. Anywhere from like 10 to 15 or an hours. How long does it take to make a pizza? Bake time until the first. Okay, let me put it this way then. Yeah. A traditional Domino's pizza takes 7 and 15 seconds to cook. Domino's is also striving to get that 3-minute pizza delivered in 10 minutes once it's ready. What a time to be alive. So, yeah, pretty much. See, it doesn't take that long. It takes a little bit long. About 7 minutes or so. But again, see, it also depends on the dish and how long it's going to take. Hamburgers can take a long time, too. It also depends on the patty. Now, however, it's weird that, like, McDonald's can make a very big, and I mean a big hamburger. Pardon my loudness there, but, and it not take so long. It take about, like, 30 minutes or less. Actually, even less than that before the cheeseburger or hamburger is ready. And that's about how long it would take. So, pretty much. And I'm going to tell you something else. Lighting does not bother me. I mean, it probably did when I was a kid. I don't remember. But I remember always having bad dreams. And I still have them to this day. I don't want to get specific about it, but windows when I'm in my own home. Yeah. I spend a lot of nights awake because of that. It inferred in my brain like that. Because when I try to go to sleep, it bothers me. I mean, not like I'm constantly thinking about it, but like the moment I even try to go to sleep, it has to be at the right decent enough hour. So, you know. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, even if I could fall asleep, then I wake back up, and then I go back and forth, waking up and going back to sleep. And then eventually, I go to sleep for good. I mean, for the rest of the night, and I'm okay. And then, or I'm awake a lot of times, and then it's like, yeah, no, that just ain't gonna happen. You know, I'm just not gonna be all Mr. Fantastic. Anyway, I want to go. Later.